Following this science or something, the U.S. Transportation Security Administration, TSA, another fine three-letter agency, has extended its COVID-19 vaccine proof requirement for non-U.S., non-immigrant citizens flying to enter the United States, making the United States the only Western country and among the few remaining countries in the world still to require such proof for entry. The latest TSA security directive states that effective to at least January 8, 2023, aircraft operators must require each non-U.S., non-immigrant citizen to present paper or digital documentation for proof of being fully vaccinated against COVID-19, or documentation proving the person is exempt from taking the vaccine before boarding a flight to the United States. A non-immigrant means not a U.S. citizen, U.S. national, lawful permanent resident, or traveling to the United States on an immigrant visa. The exception, of course, is if you're illegally crossing into the U.S. from Mexico, which makes sense given that you're immune from the law. Why not COVID as well, right? According to the experts at the CDC, being fully vaccinated means having had an accepted single-dose vaccine or a second dose of an accepted two-dose series at least 14 days ago. A booster dose is not needed to meet the requirements unless, of course, you're a glutton for punishment. As a reminder, the Biden police state administration dropped its requirement for air travelers entering the United States to test negative for COVID-19, meaning a person with the disease could still be allowed into the country provided they had proof of vaccination going back to June. The latest security directive matches that of the previous TSA security directive that was made effective from November 8, 2021, and is set to expire today, November 8th, midterm day, when the new directive takes effect. Now, while most countries have dropped COVID-19 vaccine proof requirements for entry, the United States and a few other select countries around the world continue to require them from non-citizens, with no alternate avenues for the unvaccinated, such as requiring proof of immunity against COVID-19, a negative test, or a quarantine period instead. It's science, stupid. So, what other countries are still zealously following the science? Well, Pakistan, Indonesia, Guyana, and Liberia. The policies will advance the safety and security of travelers, government workers, and air travel industry workers, while allowing the world's economies to recover from the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic, the TSA Orwellian Security Directive reads. This kind of thoughtfulness kind of makes you want to tear up, huh? Now, for some reason, seems like someone didn't forward the TSA the memo that COVID-19 policies and restrictions have shifted in recent months in the United States to no longer differentiate vaccinated and unvaccinated in mitigation measures, amid acknowledgement by officials and the general population that COVID-19 vaccines do not or no longer prevent transmission. Makes sense, though. So many government agencies that the left hand is too busy to know what the right hand is doing, which these days is basically stealing every tax dollar out of every taxpayer's pocket. In July, the CDC adjusted its mask guidance to require people to wear masks in some areas, even if they are fully vaccinated against the virus that causes the disease. At the time, CDC Director Rochelle Walensky told reporters that new research from several U.S. states and counties indicate that on rare occasions, some vaccinated people infected with the Delta variant after vaccination may be contagious and spread the virus to others. Then, the CDC in early August made revisions to its COVID-19 prevention guidance such that it no longer differentiates based on a person's vaccination status, because in their words, breakthrough infections occur, though they are generally mild, and persons who have had COVID-19 but are not vaccinated have some degree of protection against severe illness from their previous infection. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky in August had noted that COVID-19 vaccines can no longer prevent transmission. Her words, not mine, YouTube. She told CNN, the COVID News Network, in an interview, "Our vaccines are working exceptionally well. They continue to work well for Delta with regard to severe illness and death. They prevent it. But what they can't do anymore is prevent transmission. Oh! As time has marched on, the COVID-19 vaccines have proven increasingly ineffective to protect against infection and showed some waning efficacy in protecting against hospitalization and severe illness amid newly emerging variants. This prompted the governments of many countries to recommend boosters and subsequent boosters throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, because you always got to double down on stupid. Meanwhile, the new bivalent boosters from Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna, which were intended to enhance protection against Omicron and its different subvariants, haven't been tested in humans at all. Now, before the fact checkers get all twisted, adding context, when tested on 8 mice, the updated boosters did trigger higher levels of antibodies than the old boosters, but the trials didn't provide any efficacy estimates for protection against infection or severe illness. See? Speed of science at work, ladies and gentlemen. It's fast. The CDC and its partner, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, another 3-letter agency, have aggressively promoted vaccination as a response to COVID-19 during the pandemic, all based on COVID-19 vaccine safety data. Data which the agencies repeatedly refused to release till this very day. Kind of odd. Maybe they fashioned themselves like Jack Nicholson's character in the movie A Few Good Men, when he said, "You can't handle the truth." No, CDC, FDA, I'm pretty sure we can. Let's give it a try. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, do so. If you're new, check out some of the previous videos. I welcome, like I said, your comments and your continued support. See you next time.